Hi, my name is Jessica Frick, and for my informative speech, I will be doing it on child abuse. I chose this topic for a specific reason. It's very personal to me. My best friend was beaten in her childhood, and I've physically seen it because I lived across the street from her. Now, she just moved in across the street because she was homeless, and I guess her parents died from a drug overdose. But anyways, they lived in a foster home across the street from my house. So everyone thought that they were living okay, like nothing was going on. But my one friend, she was getting abused. They weren't feeding her. They were just neglecting her. And as a kid myself, I didn't personally know what to do. Um, the only thing I could think of is to call the cops, but she didn't want me to call the cops. But after like 4 or 5 years of her getting like abused and neglected and stuff, CYS finally came, which is Child Youth and Services. They finally came and got her, and now she's living fine now. She's out of the foster homes and stuff, but her mental state is still like not okay. Um, After physically being friends with someone that was getting abused, I know that even though the abuse is stopping, um, that doesn't mean that everything's done and over with. She she gets nervous a lot. She doesn't like meeting new people. She is very uncomfortable. And like we don't think about things like that. Like being abused as a child will affect your life when you're older and stuff like that. And a lot of people aren't informed. Like they don't know a lot about child abuse, and they also don't know what to really do. And so I'm here to let you know and describe about child abuse. There's approximately 40 million children that are subjected to child abuse every single year. Child abuse is a report gets made every 10 seconds in the United States. Almost 5 children die every single day as a result of child abuse. But just for a lot, that is pretty sad to say. Child abuse is any harm done to a child, any harm done by almost anyone from a parent or other family members. And abuse can usually comes from someone you know personally that does repeatedly, and that's the sad part. There's 4 types of child abuse. The first one is physical abuse, broken legs, getting slapped around and stuff. And then the second one is emotional abuse. That's when they physically, well, they mentally make you think that you're not good enough for anyone, and they verbally attack you. Then the third one's sexual abuse, and that one is when you get like molested or raped by someone you know. Then the last one is neglect. Child abuse is more than just bruises and broken bones. Like I said before, it's like a scar that really doesn't ever get healed. Like studies have found that abused and neglected children to be at least 25% more likely to experience problems such as delinquency, teen pregnancy, low academic achievements, drug use, and even mental health problems. We figured out like people that have been abused like aren't really that successful in their future lives. 1/3 of abused and neglected children will later abuse their own children and continue a horrible cycle. It's like an ongoing cycle that never ends, even though that specific person wanted it to end. They're just doing it to their own children, and we'll never understand. It's just a cycle. I personally don't understand how you can hate your own kids, especially if you got beaten, but I guess what it does to your head and makes you believe like that's okay. Like I think that they think like, oh, I got hit as a child, it's okay to hit my own. I'm not really sure. It's, and 14 of men in prison in the United States were abused as children. That's a fun fact. And then about 80% of 21-year-olds that were abused as children met criteria for at least one psychological disorder, which saying that they probably have bipolar or depression or ADHD. Over 60% of people in drug rehabilitation centers report being abused or neglected. That makes sense because usually when you feel very low about yourself, you tend to, when you get hit and abused by someone you love the most, you tend to use drugs to suppress your feelings and stuff. And that is about it for my... for my speech, I used child-abuse-and-neglect.org, and I used factsabouchildabuse.org. Thank you.